Hello, everyone.
You should probably bring yours closer.
I should bring mine closer, but that was
You sounded quiet
on mic talking about our audio level.
You sounded
This is
quieter
great
than me last
content.
time. You should do what you were doing. I thought that you were testing.
You want me to be up here? You want
Yeah.
me to be on the mic? Okay. Well, now we're both on the mic.
Hi, I'm Mary Ellen.
I'm Nick. It's good to see you all.
Is this really gonna be a thing?
Yeah, this is great.
People love arguments that they're not a part of.
Yeah.
And figuring out technical issues.
Yeah, and our podcast aims to give the people both of those things.
Yeah. We watched more movies.
We did. It wasn't the last episode.
No, we're back. But we want to we'll find a new framework.
Yeah, but
we're doing this for now, even though it's basically don't tell.
Don't
okay, fine.
Say its name.
Don't say its name.
It's like some
it's
sort
like
of
a demon.
Yes. Only when you
the
say
bye-bye
its name
man.
So yeah, I mean, we're gonna keep watching movies, kind of putting out contents and stuff like that. We have
putting out content.
Oh, content and stuff.
Please,
like that.
don't speak to me in that tone.
I'm enunciating
content. Yeah, we're putting
I guess
out
I
so
was
much
enunciating
content.
at you.
It sounded like it felt like a lot of anger was directed toward me.
Yeah.
And I could tell it was all built up during the 45 minutes we spent trying to figure out how to get this thing to work.
Yeah, so we have decided to continue on with our current format of watching two movies, pitting them against each other.
Almost
Don't
like
speak its name. Anyway, moving on quickly and with a jaunty pace.
jaunty.
We have decided to continue on, and we have actually already watched our two movies. Which are
Ready or Not
and
You're Next.
All right, give us a little context behind Ready or Not first.
Okay, so Ready or Not came out. What year did it come out? Was it 2019?
Yeah,
was it pre-COVID?
Recent. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
It was recent, but I think it was pre-COVID.
Would you say it's a horror movie or like thriller? What
I
would
would
you
say it's a horror comedy.
Cool.
Yeah. Because I feel like even like the trailer is kind of pitched as like, wow, can you believe it? What a day.
We'll talk about it more when we actually do the episode, but then Ready or Not.
Should we say what the basic thing is?
Well, first let's introduce the other movie. So Ready or Not is basically about this woman who's trapped in a house with a killer rich family.
You're mixing them up.
No.
Are you mixing them up?
No.
Oh,
the
because
same
they both
premise.
are.
And You're Next is the
about a
exact
woman
same
trapped
thing.
in a rich house with a family.
Yeah, the house is so fucking rich, guys. You don't even know.
We're in a house with a rich family.
Yeah, and the underlying theme of it, class warfare.
I like that I got you up talking class warfare. Yes, there is certainly class critiques made by both these movies. One, I would say, more successfully than the other.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that preemptively?
No. Well, I mean, it is movie versus movie, so one we usually pick to be the better of the two movies at the end. So yeah, you can say that because that's gonna be the.
And I haven't said
conclusion of
which. I haven't said which.
Yeah, the Vitch.
It's the Vivitch. Excellent class commentary.
Yeah, so we're gonna watch those two movies. They are.
We did watch those two movies.
Yeah, but we have watched those two movies, and if you'd like to, you can too.
No one's gonna stop you.
A freewheeling, fancy free.
Are we sticking with that? It's like
that's
a
our
pitch?
brand.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yes, we're gonna be talking in a spoiler-free or full way. Oh God, I'm falling apart.
This is great. This is all 100% high quality stuff.
Yeah, so we just wanted to let you guys know that is what the next episode gonna be coming out in probably a little like a week or something.
A heads up for both these films that they do get violent.
Yeah.
And
oh,
so
yeah.
like
Super
if you're
gore.
not good with I would say just like what you'd expect from like slasher movie violence.
I screamed in both of these movies.
I just burped into the mic.
Can
Can you cut that, or do you want to leave that in?
We'll see. We'll see if it's just like ooh, mwah, chef's kiss.
You'd be like, "Well, I feel like I'm there."
Wow, I just got transported to an ASMR paradise.
They're all just burping it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's
I drank seltzer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll do it to you.
Yeah.
They'll do it to you.
They're violent.
Yeah, so watch out for that. There's blood.
There's blood.
It made
Blood.
me gag a little bit. But yeah, so
Mhm.
we're going to be talking about those ones coming up. Wanted to let you guys know. So this is just a quick little drop into the feeds.
Should we tell any stories or anything? So there's like some content aside from just telling people what we're gonna watch.
Well, we're gonna so stay tuned because after we finish kind of chatting and talking about stuff, we're gonna have a little interview with our
Oh!
friend, yeah, Billie Eilish from a few episodes ago.
Her name's not actually Billie
Yeah, but
Eilish. Give
we are
her a real
but
name.
We're protecting her identity.
She doesn't want to be associated with this project.
She's like, no fucking way. But
I
she
don't
had
blame her.
a very different opinion on Old, though she has since walked back that opinion a little bit after us,
which means
confronting her.
which means it's working.
Yeah,
We're changing minds. That's our goal. We want everyone to agree with our assessments.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that in just a little bit. But yeah, let's. Do you have a story you want to tell?
I was hoping you did.
Okay.
I just got my booster shot for the COVID.
Shouts out for boosters.
Yeah, if you're eligible,
go get them.
look into it. Go get them. I have 4 jobs now.
It's great. Do you want to just go through them each?
No.
Wow, this is really.
This is
great
technically my
content.
5th job.
Yeah.
This podcast.
Just because it is utter toil.
It is work.
Every time
It's
I have
labor.
to pick up a microphone and talk to you, it's like marching down into
Yeah.
the mines.
Of a crumbling
Moria.
friendship. Of what did you say?
Moria. So it's
What's
a
oh
Lord
my
of the Rings
God.
reference. It's about orcs.
I have to quit this podcast. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, so we're gonna be talking about that. I would also.
Why are you wearing? Did you wear shorts to work today?
I didn't wear shorts to work today.
Was
I
that a
just wore them
didn't?
home. Did not.
You wore
Ha-
them home. You changed into shorts
At work, yes.
to come home.
Yes.
Why?
I would prefer to leave that a mystery.
I just want
on
people
the
to know
pod.
it's 40-something degrees here today. It's November in New England, in Massachusetts.
Listen,
He's in shorts and also was complaining about the fact that the apartment felt chilly to him.
I feel like I am being assaulted right now. I don't know why.
The only stories we have are like this roommate thing.
Yeah, this roommate fucking sucks and
No.
it's Nick.
I was saying this. I meant like this roommate situation, not like this roommate
Yeah.
over here. You're more than a roommate to me. You are the bane of my existence.
My arch enemy.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, we also have a Twitter. Now. Oh God,
We've always had a
promotion.
Twitter.
Yeah, but it's active again.
Because
Um,
Nick just
I
gave
just-
up and took it on.
Yeah, and
He wanted me to do
basically
it,
because
but I didn't.
I'm not a good Twitterer, and I've been
This
told
is how
that-
you learn.
Yeah,
You
and
get thrown in the deep end.
I've also been told that the new dynamic and joke of the Twitter is that it will be me desperately trying to be a good tweeterer and Mary Ellen just coming in on her main and
I
making
did
fun
that-
of me.
I did that once, and it was late at night, and I was bored, and it was funny
Yeah,
To
I
me.
mean, hilarious.
to me. That's all. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
is
this is all
entertainment.
this is for. It's for us.
Yeah.
Also, we have an Instagram and Facebook. We also
Why
have a
Facebook.
well because
Are we trying to get boomers to listen?
no, it's because I can schedule Instagram stuff through
Ah.
Facebook. So
Oh
that
yeah,
I
because
don't-
they're owned by the
yeah,
same demons.
Yeah, Meta or whatever.
Oh my God.
Did you? It doesn't matter. I just don't want to.
Did you? It doesn't matter.
That's how most of our conversations
Great
start
story.
and end. But
Wow, they're gonna love that one. Did you? It doesn't matter. Anyway.
this is great audio. Now, I would also say that we have a Gmail, and why I would say this is because I would really appreciate people
Nick is so lonely.
to email me because I'm so fucking alone. I don't know.
Tell Nick that he's doing a really good job.
No, thanks, guys.
No one said anything yet. You
I
can't
can already hear it.
Oh my God, thank you.
I can imagine what it would be like. to
And
get
just that is
praise.
already just boosting his
yeah,
confidence.
I feel so. It's like confident. There's like something. Is it a spine? I feel straighter and more supported.
You mean
Is-
sexually?
yeah, exactly. But yeah, we're going to have that Gmail open as well for people to send.
It's open.
In. Yeah, it's open for business.
Should you say what it is?
I'm trying to remember right now. It's movie pod.
Oh no, because don't. We'll look it up first.
Yeah, we're
because
gonna
you
look
said
it
it
up.
when you told me what it was to log in. You said the wrong thing.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
But we have a great password, everyone. I would like to
Don't,
let people know.
You'll have to change it.
Yeah. So
People love being told about jokes that we can't tell them.
exactly. So we are going to insert the real email address here.
The email is movievsmoviepodcast@gmail.com.
Wow, what a great email address.
Wow, that was an incredible email address.
Yeah,
that was worth this whole episode,
And
I think.
what we'd like to for folks to do is to send us
Fan art.
fan art, but also to send us suggestions on movies that they want us to
I've gotten
review,
fan art before.
and things like that, or suggestions for the podcast, things like that.
Things like that.
Things like that.
If you want us to do something totally different, you can tell us that too.
Yeah, save us from
'Cause-
this hell.
No, not totally different. It's not a podcast,
Yeah.
but like a different format,
Right. Yeah.
framework, whatever.
But until then, we'll continue on with movies.
Yeah.
So we're going to do this one coming up. We're going to have this interview right after this. Thanks, everyone, for listening.
Can you imagine like people starting this mini-sode and then just the drop off in listeners as it goes on? Just
I
like
mean,
a downward slope.
I can't wait to delve into the metrics and see how little people listen to this episode.
They're like, oh boy.
Oh, shit. Geez, they
Ooh.
have nothing to talk
No.
about.
She's asking for stories. They're talking about his fucking shorts.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Boy.
People are going to love it.
Yeah, it's going to be the best podcast of 2022.
Who is this?
Oh, sorry. That was my my friend Earl.
Earl?
Yeah, you know.
I wish he wouldn't possess you while we're trying to get shit done.
I can only channel him through my body
Right.
as he is a ghost.
Who's the demon who lives in the closet? Whose name I can't tell because it gives him strength.
Okay, so this is the thing. I'm not going to talk about it because the thing is that the more people know,
It's a clown.
and it is okay.
It's
listen,
basically
listen,
it.
No,
It's
shut up,
basically-
everyone. By everyone, I mean you specifically, you monster. Shut up.
Nick
because
thinks if I talk about this being, it gives him more power.
it does give him more power, and I will not tell the name because I'm not stupid enough to bring him into existence. I don't understand why everyone thinks this is a fucking joke. Also, like and subscribe, and we can tell for a Patreon bonus.
Yeah, our Patreon bonus is like Nick will finally reveal
Finally
the
be
name.
murdered by Murder Clown.
Yeah, and bring this
I mean,
being to life.
You asked for
We
a
should get him
story.
on the podcast.
Listen, you asked for a story. It's a pretty funny one. I was high when this happened, and now it's really lodged itself into the consciousness of my friend groups and roommate
Yeah.
households. So.
Roommate household.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you think it's real.
Okay, it's not that I think it's real. I
It's
just am
that bite.
open to the concept that it might be real.
I don't know. Yeah, I know. You're stepping way back. You seemed like very adamant.
No,
that
well,
I
it's
not.
like
Was
wow.
Jeff? No.
It's not. Can you just shut the fuck up about this? Let's not guess.
Nick is shaking. His face is pale.
I actually am sweating a little bit. I'm nervous. Listen, I just don't.
There was a time where I said Beetlejuice 3 times and like he got upset a little
Listen,
bit.
I just think that ideas
Beetlejuice,
have power,
Beetlejuice.
and if we tempt
Candyman,
these
Candyman,
ideas-
Candyman.
Okay,
Bloody Mary,
this
etc.
is really going off the rails.
Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. Okay, everyone, goodbye.
Bye.
Well, welcome. I have to say that we have only referred to you as Billie Eilish on this program.
By we.
That's fine.
By we, you.
Yeah. So, do you want to give a name? Because if you do, you can give your name.
Yeah, you can call me Liz or you can call me Billy. I have no preference.
We'll call you Liz.
Okay.
We will grant you your actual identity.
Wonderful.
Cool. Well, I mean, I can't promise anything, but.
Okay.
Anywbe, so let me give a little bit of background behind this interview because recently,
it is necessary.
I mean, it's necessary.
There's definitely a lot of background to cover.
Well, mostly it's because it's like you're so wrong about this, right? So we have to figure out how we even came into talking.
I don't think this should be a confrontational. Like you're making it like
No, Nick, when I talked to you about this before, you seemed very open.
right.
to
He's like,
my-
oh, No, it's going to be
opinion.
so casual. And now you're setting up like a debate.
Well, we're good cop, bad copping her, aren't we?
I'm ready.
All right. So no. So the background behind it is that it was your. Okay, Mary Ellen, would you like to say something?
Nick and I are sharing a microphone. And so if you hear like weird things, audio things of where he's cut off or I'm cut off, that's why.
Yeah.
And I'm just kidding.
Yeah, or any like kind of like grunting and struggling for the mic. That's also what's happening there.
I keep forgetting I have to reach out.
Okay, great. So we went to your birthday party recently.
Correct.
It was a great time. Thank you for having
Oh, I'm
us.
so glad you had a good time.
And you were a few drinks in.
When you're saying
I
we,
was.
I wasn't there.
I know.
Yeah, I'm talking about the silent partner in this interview, which is Alice behind us. Say hi, Alice.
Hi.
So Alice and I went to your wonderful birthday party. You were a few drinks in.
I was.
And you were like, "Oh, you're doing a podcast about movies," and I told you, and you said, "Oh my God, yeah, that's like one of my favorite movies, so like of the year." And I said, "Oh,
Did I
you
say
liked?"
that?
And I was like, "You liked *Malignant* as well?" And you said, "No, *Malignant* sucks. Old is like
Yeah, well,
so
see,
good."
I had seen a description of the podcast where you said we talk about two movies. One's the best movie of, or no, you said one's the worst movie of all time and one's a great movie. And I had assumed that Old was the preferred movie, and I was
Nick wrote
wrong.
that copy.
Yeah, I did.
Copywriter. Nick.
I feel like you took it to a different level than like what we were, how we actually felt.
I would not like to get into a fight on the podcast, Mary Ellen, but somebody said
We have a guest.
somebody said
Sounds like a
that
retraction.
I should use the word absolute shit about one of them.
Yeah, no, I feel comfortable trashing Old, but I didn't want to be like *Malignant* is the best movie ever made. Is it? Yeah.
So before we really get
I don't understand. How could you love *Malignant* and hate Old? I mean, they're kind of
This
the
is-
same
It's a movie about a tumor that lives inside a woman's
Yeah,
brain and
Old
kills
is about
people.
a beach that makes you old.
All right, everyone, calm down. So I think before we get really into it, we should give Liz the chance to make her argument about like what she thought about the movies, what you think was like really good about Old, and what you hated about *Malignant*, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, *Malignant*, *Malignant* was spoiled for me, so I knew going in what the conceit was, and I didn't really find it all that scary, to be honest, knowing that she had, well, spoiler alert for the listeners,
It's too late now. It's too late.
a parasitic twin living in the back of her head.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought if that hadn't been spoiled for me, I would have appreciated the movie more.
Were you like Harry Potter did this like 10 years ago, and you were just sort of
Oh,
over
wow, I
it?
didn't even think about that, but true.
Why you always bring up Harry Potter, Turf?
I said let's not fight on the podcast, Mary Ellen.
Okay.
Getting combative over here.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, I watched *Malignant* at home. On my own television. I saw Old in theaters. It was one of the first movies I saw back after COVID. I saw it at a $5 Tuesday, which is my favorite way to see a movie. Absolutely packed theater. And the audience was loving it. And I was just riding that vibe. Every fresh horror that appeared on screen, people were shrieking with laughter. And it was just one of the best movie-going experiences I've ever had. Hands down.
Tell us what the audience was feeling about that. Because like when we watched it, we were joking that it was the movie that makes you old because we felt just the life drain out of us as we watched this
Really,
movie.
because I felt like the pace got very fast, and it was just like almost frantic. You know, the audience loved the pregnancy. I know you guys weren't a huge fan.
The child pregnancy.
I myself loved
The child pregnancy.
Okay, well, you know.
Okay, let's slow down there. Let's talk about that for a second. What about it made you were like, this is fucking my jam?
Oh my god, I'm about to reveal myself as I don't know what this says about me. I thought it was funny that she has the baby immediately dies, and they never talk about it again. And then that character,
It was
that
hysterical.
character dies herself, like not too long after
Right.
that. And the characters drop like flies one by one.
Yeah.
In a way that's, you know, you're looking around. Wow, really? Another one? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Probably my favorite scene in the movie is when Abby Lee Kershaw kills herself essentially by rolling herself into a ball because her bones keep breaking.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
not a dry eye in the theater. Let me say that.
I did honestly think that when they were in the cave and she starts throwing the rocks at them, like kind of shot putting rocks and saying, "Don't look at me."
Yes, amazing.
That was very funny. Like I just wish that the whole movie had that energy, and we found that the other parts were like pretty like sad.
I feel like if I were in,
I didn't think about it too much, to be honest. I
Yeah.
took it at totally face value.
I think if I were in a movie theater full of people who were like laughing and cheering and reacting in different ways
Exactly.
versus us at home silently being like, why is this child pregnant? It'd be different.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but also like I just in
It's okay to not feel good about the child pregnancy. I think that's probably a normal opinion to have. I was really caught up in the moment.
Sure.
And points were made about M. Night Shyamalan hating mentally ill people. I didn't really think about it, but yeah, true.
yeah, it's pretty rampant in all of his work. But so for me though, you just can't beat the fun of Malignant. Like when Malignant is parkouring through the undercity of Seattle with the cop chasing him, being like, "What the fuck is happening?" I just thought that like there's no point in Old that I was like, this is better than Malignant.
It's a matter of taste, Nick. I'm not an action movie person, so I mean, sure, that was fun, but does it beat two people sitting on a beach
Getting old?
insanely old? Not for me.
I think what I liked with Malignant was the consistency. Like, I feel like it never took a moment where I was like, wow, I feel really bad for Malignant. That's what we call him. What was his actual name? Gabriel. Yeah. So I was never like, oh,
Okay,
like,
hot
wow.
take. I kind of did feel bad for Gabriel.
I mean, I thought he had a point. I wasn't like,
I wasn't
like, you're responding
like
inappropriately.
the parasitic twin.
Am I the only Gabriel non-apologist in the room?
Why do you? So you think Gabriel was wrong the entire way through?
Gabriel
He
said
wanted to
ACAB.
cut into his like foster mother's stomach with a knife, with like a cake. It was literally like a cake.
Well,
You don't even. Yeah. You can't understand the emotional trauma of being a parasitic twin.
yeah. Imagine being a tumor twin in the back of somebody's skull.
Put yourself in his shoes.
Getting
He doesn't even
experimented
have
on.
shoes because he's in her brain.
Yeah, does he have shoes? No shoes. No, even they took away his tiny arms.
Yeah, I
What would you do?
Oh, I guess honestly, I never considered it from the being a parasitic twin's point of view.
Yeah, it's called privilege, Nick.
Yeah, I guess I really should have checked my fully formed
privilege at the
human privilege at the door. Okay, so
Fully formed human?
well, I mean,
Think about your language.
he literally doesn't share.
Ableist. That's what I'm hearing.
He shares organs, like central organs of like a heart and lungs and a brain.
So do well, I don't want to
I know. I know the term Mary Ellen is thinking
don't
of using.
worry about it.
Oh, that diffused real quick.
Just cut that.
All right, I'm gonna cut it. I'm not gonna cut it. This is all gonna be in the podcast. I barely edit these things.
At this point in the podcast, no one's gonna be listening anyway, so you don't have to.
Yeah, again, we're gonna see
Not
that
sure
drop
if
off
this
hit
is
around the
usable.
3-4 minute mark. Okay, so
Anyway, I loved Old. Something you guys didn't mention that I just want to touch on really quickly is that I don't know if you noticed at the beginning of the movie, the daughter is singing a little song to herself. Then at the end of the movie, that song returns, studio version, playing over the credits. Went home, looked it up. That song is performed by M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. True.
As somebody who wants to be an actor and like in the industry, does that make you sad to hear about like nepotism?
I mean, if my only claim to fame was to be a song in the end credits of an M. Night movie,
She's
I'd
just
probably
getting
be
started,
like,
Nick.
I'll pass.
Nick just roasted the shit out of M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. How old is she?
I don't know, like late teens.
Oh my
early
god,
20s.
she's a teenager, Nick.
M. Night Shyamalan's older than you think.
Yeah, well, her brain is mostly formed at that point. She should know better.
Your brain literally just got fully formed like a day ago.
This is not.
This is not.
Well, okay. So you've raised
Anything
some,
else you need me to?
you've raised some good points about Old, but I still want to hear a little bit about why you didn't like Malignant.
Well, I think it mostly is because it was spoiled for me. I did not find it scary.
But at some point, did you think that like the experience had moved from scary to fun?
Okay, I agree, but I think old also towed that line. Not to bring it back to old, but I mean,
you can bring it back to old. That's the point.
I mean, Malignant starts horror. It ends in sort of a action-fueled
Camp.
romp. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But I think old is a little campy as well.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
I mean, there's not a single moment that passed in old where I knew what was coming next. You know.
That's also fair. I mean, you knew they'd get old, certainly, and they did.
Yes,
Yeah.
that much I knew.
But to what extent and in what forms, you know?
And did you like really? Were you like, this fucking blows my mind at the twist at the end, and like the third twist?
Oh
where
my
it's the
god!
pharma,
When M. Night
big
Shyamalan
pharma.
casts himself as the eccentric evil doctor.
Yeah, I did think that like when it cut to him and he's like looking through a camera at the actors dying on the beach, and he's like, "Oh, here we're done, I guess." I was like, "Oh my fucking god!"
I know. I could have done without that.
It was
should have been
a little on
unexplained.
the nose. It was a little like, okay, M. Night. I think I brought a lot of my M. Night bias into it. I already had made up my
Yes.
mind about him as a director.
But see, I love most of his films in the same way that I love old. Have you guys seen Lady in the Water?
No, that's
Just
one I haven't seen. That's the one
really,
with
really bad movie.
Bryce Dallas
Yes,
Howard in the
yes.
pool.
Yep, Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti.
M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night
I
Shyamalan
only bring
plays
it up
a
because he
brilliant
plays,
author
Yes.
who saves the
he
world with
cast
his
himself
work.
as a messiah character,
Yeah.
which is just amazing.
It's really interesting. Yeah.
I also love The Village. I'm a Village apologist.
Again, bringing it back to nepotism, my second cousin is in The Village. She's the mom.
She plays the tree.
Wow.
Tree number 2.
You should have led with that. One episode of House of Cards.
Yeah, I mean, House of Cards is just the most recent, probably. I guess she's also on like some sitcom. I don't need to promote her though, because every time I email her, she does it. She's like,
How many times have you emailed her?
I mean, like maybe once every few years.
What'd you say?
I say like, hey, what's up? Like, how can I?
You say, hey, what's up?
No, I'm like, hey, I would really love some advice to like, jumpstart my non-career. And she's like, wow, well, like at your age, I was living in a van in California.
So she's basically like, try harder.
Well, she also her father's very wealthy, and so she can afford to live out of a van in California. She pulled out like a Chris Pratt. Obviously, Chris Pratt has like sort of a formula that he did, and he learned it from my second cousin.
Do you think they were involved at some point?
No, I
You're
don't
talking
think
about Chris
so.
Pratt?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like these are things you learn, when you're in close relationships, maybe sharing a van.
You've given me a lot to think about. Anyway, Liz, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. Anytime you
parting
want to talk about
thoughts?
old.
Yeah, any
Parting thoughts? No, just everyone go watch Old. I don't know if they'll ever re-release it in theaters, but apparently that's the way to see it. So we can only hope.
All right, so I think that Mary Ellen, we've listened and we learned, and the takeaway is see.
Wait, I want to say, do you feel like your take on old has changed since listening to this?
I think that I didn't really consider the social aspect making a big difference, because I thought that we were having a social aspect as we watched it together. But obviously,
It's all about connection.
it's all about the greater connection to our fellow man.
Exactly, Nick.
and
I couldn't
I-
have said it better myself.
I feel like Nick and I are pretty disconnected too, just as friends, and so I think there's a level
There was no laughter.
of hostility and like real seriousness in most
I
of our
can
interactions,
imagine.
right?
I can imagine.
And so we're bringing that into each movie we watch. People should be aware of that. Yeah, no, I think it's a good point that the context in which you see a movie probably impacts a lot, and the context.
$5 Tuesdays. Not a lot of theaters do them anymore, but that's the way to go.
Yeah, so I think it was good to have a perspective from somebody who had a romp with it instead of us just kind of staring confused at the screen.
I agree.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
This was a pleasure.
It was definitely something. All right, goodbye.